Hey guys, Cam for 15, back at it with another Bleach 1000-Year Blood War arc review for you guys. Not joined by my co-host, the Red Wolf. He is in Mexico, I guess on vacation. I don't know what he's doing over there, but yep, he said I have the A-OK to review Bleach on my own. And what an interesting episode. The captains have their Bankais back, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, the captains have their Bankais back. They can't get their Bankais stolen, or characters that can use their Bankais. Like, for example, we know that Ikaku, and I think Shuhei too, can also do Bankais as well. So that was kind of good to find out. Okay, now we have a prevention from the characters getting their Bankais stolen, but at the same time you get left off with the cliffhanger at the episode where the Stern Raiders pretty much are using this ability now. I forgot what it was called and I just looked at it. It's like Quincy Von Stern Derrick or something like that. I don't know. And it seems like this is, I guess, their power up, or maybe this is their second stage, whatever. But another solid episode, another great solid episode of Bleach. You know, we just pretty much get the understanding of, okay, how do the characters keep their Bankais? And it's actually pretty interesting when you think about it. And pretty much we start the episode off where Mayuri is pretty much getting this call, obviously from Kisuke, or Uehara, about the whole, okay, I found a way to get our Bankais back. Now, even before this, we have it to where Baz B looks like he's about to kill Toshiro. Toshiro is still alive somehow. Yeah, shit, I was even shocked that Soifon was still alive somehow. But we have this guy called, I think, Condor. It was I forgot. It started with a D, but he was the guy that stole Toshiro's Bankai. We also find out he also took out Rengiku. Please, if I saw that, I'd be heated. I'd be like, don't take out my girl, my guy. And pretty much he pretty much tells Bazby, listen, get out of here. I'll do the one to finish him off because, obviously Yhwach wants the Soul Reapers that we stole in their Bankais to be the ones that killed that said Soul Reaper. So it looks like that's gonna kind of be, Toshiro looks like he's gonna be kind of killed off. But then that's when we cut back over to Uehara, and that's when we kind of find out, okay, how do the characters get their Bankais back? And it's through like these black like little stone things that the characters just have to pretty much touch and next thing you know, they get their Bankais back. But he was pretty much telling Mayuri, like, I've been in Waco Mundo the entire time since this whole issue has been going on, and something just struck me from the moment when Ichigo fought Quillgate back in part 1 of this arc. And pretty much we know that Quillgate absorbed the one Rankar's little fused monster thing, and Uehara was like, that's when something happened, and I saw it. Pretty much he said Quillgate, even though he absorbed the ability of that set of Rankar's power, it broke his body down to the point of destruction, really. And we find out, obviously we know that when the Rankars go into their La Resurrection forms, they're pretty much like, their bodies from their swords turn into them, pretty much. And it's kind of similar to their version of their Bankai. Simple, it's which Uehara does make the mention, like, you can claim that as their version of a Bankai, which it kind of is, to be honest. But he goes on to make the mention. He's like, you see, it's very interesting why the Quincy's won't absorb them or take their La Resurrection forms. And it was kind of like a thing of like, well, they can't really steal it, or they just don't choose to steal it. And it has something to do, obviously it has something to do with the ties between Hollows and Quincy's, the fact that, well, let's be honest, if you remember back with the flashback, the holification didn't really work too good on Ichigo's mom, and pretty much well, we find out that in a way, hollows are like a poison dose to Quincy's. So that's why instead of like absorbing their abilities, their resurrection forms, and taking those resurrection forms, because it would break them down actually more, because in a way it's a poison to them, it makes them weaker. They just have the Arancars capture, or then they try to get them to work for them, work for the Quincy's. So we see this happen when Toshiro touches the black dot, and the guy obviously brings out Toshiro's Bankai, his Hyunmaru. Jeez Louise. But when Toshiro touches it, he's starting to get his Bankai back, and also too, we see it how Khan, the one Quincy, he pretty much starts breaking down. He starts bleeding. I guess internally, I guess you can say, because well, he's getting his Bankai stolen. And the thing is, Toshiro's back in his Bankai state, and he absolutely easily defeats the Quincy. He easily defeats he easily defeats Khan. So you know, that's kind of the thing there. And Bazby's like, he got his ass whooped. Well, I'm getting out of here. So yeah. And then also the thing is, you know, we have it to where Toshiro's Bankai looks slightly different. It's like, you know, he's got like an eye patch over it and everything. And, you know, the thing is, Uehara made a mention too, because they had to connect to the comms and everybody to tell them like, hey, touch this black dot that's like right next to you. This whole thing is kind of like a holified state, you know, of a Bankai. So that's what they kind of also hit right then and there. And, you know, we see with Toshiro, he kind of has like, oh, the eye patch of it as if he was like a holified character, which that's actually pretty interesting. Now, they do say, from what the episode said, it's like they said like it's a temporary short timing thing, so I don't know if they have their Bankais back 100%. Again, if you're a Bleach fan, please put in the comment section to make me understand a little bit more, like, okay, they have their Bankais back for good, or is this is just like a temporarily thing just for this battle until they kill the said Quincy who stole their Bankai from the first place. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. Now we have it to where we see Shinji, he ends up, you know, using his Bankai to pretty much kill these Quincy fodder characters with absolute utter ease. And you know how trippy his Bankai can get. Even to this day, I still can't explain the abilities of his Bankai. All I can know is it pretty much warps your mind and distorts you, which when he then ends up, you know, running into Baz B, or encountering Baz B, because at first we see how not Baz B, Bombietta, my god, Bombietta, she's obviously very upset because she wants to fight Komamura. And we also kind of do have an offshoot conversation with Ikaku, Shuhei, and I forgot the one dude, the very flamboyant character of Bleach. Ikaku's pretty much partner right then and there. Jeez, his name is on the tip of my tongue. They end up fighting the frickin', they end up fighting the frickin' guy with the wrestling Rey Mysterio mask on his head, and they actually end up defeating him fairly easily without using their Bankais pretty much. So that was actually pretty cool to see that. But again, like I said, Bombietta is pretty much very upset because she wants to fight. Obviously, we know going into this battle, even in the first episode when obviously Bleach returned, she wanted to fight Komamura again and get revenge on Komamura. Now Komamura, we see, shows up after, I'm guessing, is training with his people, with his race. But we even see how she like makes, like, I guess you can say, this freaking gigantic energy wave to where she destroys like damn near half the damn Sarate just because she's so upset, which goes to show you how, geez, I mean, this girl, she's hot, but she's strong as hell too. But Komamura pretty much says, like, he shows up and she's like, oh, you're finally back, doggo. And pretty much he's like, yeah, because I saw what you just did, I had to come over here and deal with this, but I originally was going to go find Yuhabak to take revenge for what he did to, obviously, Yamamoto. But we have it to where Shinji just shows up and he's like, hey, Komamura, you can go do what you need to go do. I'll take care of her. It should be easy. I'm like, okay. Komamura leaves, and I'm like, okay. I'm watching this episode real time. I'm like, okay, Shinji should easily beat her with his Bankai ability, and he starts unleashing the Bankai ability and starts messing with her, and it's just like literally affecting Bombietta to the point like he actually defeats Bombietta, and it's like, okay. I'm like, geez, these Quincy characters, they can, now I see why they took their Bankais, because they can't match these characters in their Bankai states. Like, the Soul Reapers will absolutely destroy them with their Bankais. But then that's when they cut over to Yuha Bach, and he's like, and I'm like, okay, is he disappointed? Is he gonna be like, give that evil master smirk where he's like, heh. And of course he does the evil smirk and everything where he's like, you all made a mistake, you Soul Reapers. You all did. And next thing you know, you have it to where, like, these beam of light comes out of nowhere, and they're playing like these bells, and it's appearing all over the area for all the Stern Ritter characters that have been defeated, I'm guessing. Or maybe it's even just Quincy characters as a whole too. You just see this, and again, I forgot the move, what it was called. It's like Quincy, Bombietis is like Quincy von Sturden Reich or something like that, I guess. Again, correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about that. But, these bells start ringing like it's freaking when Bell from Don Machi uses his freaking abilities from that series. And I'm just like, and next thing you know, they come out of these things, and they got these, like, holified wings and everything, which I think they're doing the same thing that Quilgay did, against Ichigo. In that fight, so they're using those abilities, which it's their version of their Bankai. So yeah, and the thing is, Bombietta seems like she's not affected by Shinji's Bankai at the moment, I guess. But yeah, now it seems like these characters are gonna be going for round 2, and we already know that Soifon, she got her Bankai ability back. She defeated the one dude, but Guy's back. Her and Toshiro are like in the worst shape, because Toshiro, we saw after he defeated his dude, he just passed out because he was trying to get to Rangiku, but he just passed out. But they're gonna have to get their asses back up, and they're gonna have to fight or something, because holy hell, it's not looking good right now. And the thing is, maybe Komamura, as he was seeing this, he might actually end up going back to help out frickin' Shinji, because it seems like, based on the next episode title, because it's like Heart of the Wolf or something, it seems like that's going to be revolved around Komamura, more than likely. We do get a post-credit scene with Ichigo as he's walking still in this pathway. And he's just seeing like he's getting like these visions or something like that. Like, I see like these arrows. I can't really explain what it is, but it's very interesting to say the least. Like, very interesting. I'm just like, okay, I don't know what context this is supposed to mean, but I guess when I watch somebody else's review, I guess I'll get an understanding of what it is. But he is starting to have a little bit more trouble walking forward, but he knows that he has to continue to walk forward despite how hard it is, even though every step he takes, he's seeing these visions. Now I wonder if this is like some sort of foreshadowing. Maybe this is something referencing him that he's gonna fight Uryu soon, potentially. Or maybe that's something to tie in with the Soul King. I don't know. I'm just throwing theories out, more than likely. But I guess we'll see where the story goes. But another solid episode of Bleach 1000 Year Blood War. Can't wait to see where next week goes. And yeah, but anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day or night when checking this video. Peace.